Is it possible to make an actual homemade pizza without using an oven? Absolutely, and I'm going to show you exactly how. Hey guys, today we're going to be making a pizza margherita on the stovetop. You know, with the summer months coming around, a lot of people don't like to turn on their ovens just because it heats the house. Or maybe your oven is broken, or maybe you don't even have an oven. You know what? That's okay. This stovetop pizza is still super amazing. It's got a great crust and the cheese is fully melted. Plus, we're going to make everything from scratch, from the dough to the sauce, and we're going to have it done in under 30 minutes. Okay, we're going to get started by making our marinara sauce. First, grab a saucepan, heat it with a medium heat, and you want to add 1 tablespoon of extra virgin Spanish olive oil. About 2 minutes after adding the oil, add 1 clove of garlic that's been minced and mix it with the oil. About a minute or so after adding the garlic, add 1 cup of tomato puree, then season with sea salt, freshly cracked black pepper, and a pinch of white sugar to cut the acid from the tomatoes. Then also add half a teaspoon of dried oregano and half a teaspoon of dried parsley and mix everything together until it's well combined. And then lower the fire to a low heat. Okay, now we can start making the dough. Begin by adding half a cup of all-purpose flour into a bowl. Also add half a cup of spelt flour. Now I like to use spelt flour because it has less carbs and more protein than all-purpose flour, but if you don't have this, you substitute it for all-purpose flour. Also add 1 teaspoon of baking powder, half a teaspoon of sea salt, and 1/4 teaspoon of white sugar, and mix all the dry ingredients together. Then add 1 tablespoon of extra virgin Spanish olive oil and 1/3 cup of water and start mixing everything together. Once you form a dough, get in there with your hands and start lightly kneading it inside of the bowl between 1 to 2 minutes. This is just to combine all the ingredients together. And then shape it into a ball. Now sprinkle some all-purpose flour on a flat surface, add the ball of dough on top, cut it in half, and shape each half into a ball. Now this recipe makes 2 pizzas, but I'm only making 1 today. So grab 1 of the balls of dough and start gently pushing down on it with the palm of your hands. Then you want to start rolling out the dough. You're looking for a circular design, and you want the thickness of the dough to be between 1/8 to 1/16 of an inch. Next, we're going to add our dough into a non-stick frying pan. The diameter on this one is 10 inches. Before I add the dough in here, I'm going to drizzle in some extra virgin Spanish olive oil. Then add the dough in there and gently mold it into the pan. Now we're going to add the pan with the dough, then a fallout, to the stovetop. Heat it with a medium heat, and you want to cook this for about 3 minutes. After 3 minutes, turn off the heat, transfer the pan to a flat surface, and using a spatula, gently remove the dough from the pan and set it aside. Then drizzle in some more extra virgin Spanish olive oil into the pan, and add the dough back into the pan, uncooked side in the bottom. The time has come to start assembling our pizza. I'm going to add some of the marinara sauce on top of the dough. Then cut a couple slices of fresh mozzarella, add them on top of the sauce, and sprinkle it with some dried oregano. For our final step, we're going to add our pan with the lid to the stovetop, and you want to heat it with a low heat. Guys, it's very important that you use a low heat here. That way the crust doesn't burn. And I'm going to leave this in here between 5 to 6 minutes until I see that cheese fully melted. After cooking the pizza for about 6 minutes, it looks like it's perfectly cooked. All the cheese has melted through. I'm going to turn off the heat, transfer the pan away from the stovetop, then take off the lid, and I'm going to let the pizza sit here for about a minute. That way the cheese can settle in. Then using a spatula, I'm going to gently remove the pizza from the pan and transfer it onto a wood cutting board. And I'm going to garnish the pizza with some fresh basil leaves. Our stovetop pizza is done. It looks beautiful. It smells so amazing in here. I'm going to cut a slice and let you guys know how it turned out. And look at that, the cheese is fully melted and that dough looks perfectly cooked. Okay, I'm so excited to try this. Salud. It's so good. I really can't tell the difference if this is made in the oven or in the stovetop. The only way you can tell the difference is visually, because if it's made in the oven, you know, the cheese does get a little bit round, but that's okay. The cheese here is fully melted. The flavor is amazing. You guys saw it done in 30 minutes. Homemade dough, homemade sauce on the stovetop. This is amazing. You guys are really gonna like this. If you enjoyed today's video on making this pizza, hit that like button, leave me a comment below, and don't forget to subscribe. Until the next time, hasta luego.